Well, they're getting pretty comfortable with it. Hey, welcome back. The guineas are out for their midday trip. I let them out in the morning and they'll go out for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, walk around, and then they'll go back. And they do that like every 30 minutes. They'll come out, walk around for a little while and pick, and then they'll go back. So they're kind of getting used to being out. Nothing's bothering them right now. The dogs don't bother them whenever they see them. And the hawks are pretty much leaving them alone as well. Haven't seen one today. I've seen a couple of chicken hawks hanging around. They like to window shop for my chickens through the wire, but they haven't really made any moves on the guineas. Of course, they're so skittish, the first sign of trouble, they're gone. They run back in the coop. So I'm gonna go up here and get a few more things done. I would like to get some real work done around here today, but I'm waiting on someone to show up to give me a quote for something, and there's nothing that ruins my day more than that, than having to stop working and wait. Because what I need to do is up at the horse barn and at the goat enclosure, and I need to do some tractor work. But this morning while I'm waiting on them, I'm just checking my fruit trees. Plum tree here, apple tree. A buck came out here and hooked my orange tree back in January and killed it, but the bottom of the trunk is getting a lot of growth on it, so I'm going to bear with it. I'll probably go ahead and buy another one that's, you know, much bigger and put out here for this year, but as long as it's alive, I'm gonna leave it now. But I'm gonna run over here and get some other stuff done. Might as well check on the kittens while we're here. Wrong light switch. Well, they've eaten some of their food. Hey, Mama Cat. I don't know if you can see her. I don't really have a good light in here. Two of her kittens died. One of them died, gosh, like the day after they were born. And then one of them we took out of there because it was doing really bad. I'm thinking that she probably laid on it or something, but it was separated from the group in the bed. It really wasn't active, and their eyes are starting to open. They're really active. And this was about a week ago before their eyes started opening. And it just wasn't doing good. We took it in the house. We put it on a heating pad and we had some kitten formula. It ate a little bit, but then it died overnight. And I'm thinking more than likely she may have just laid on it for too long or something, because it wasn't doing good when my wife found it. So she's down to 4. The bobtailed cat had a litter of 7, but she had them underneath our front porch. So I've been able to peek under there at them, but anytime we start messing around too much, she just moves them to a different area under the porch. So I'll see those when they start coming out. And something killed one of our other barn cats. I have seen a really big gray tomcat hanging around. Not friendly at all, and all the cats leave whenever he comes around. I've got a live trap out, but he is tough to catch. There's a really old tomcat, which is kind of harmless. He's really old and small. He's gotten in there, but the one that I'm after is a young cat, and he's twice as big as that mama cat in there. I don't know if he's what killed our other barn cat, because he'd been going into the green building and that's where she was hanging out. But we also have foxes, and we do have coyotes. I haven't heard them lately. I did see a track down by the little pond last week, so I may need to renew my permit for trapping. But I'm thinking a coyote probably, if it killed her, would have taken her away. Or maybe she got away from it and died later. Could have been one of the foxes. That was a 50-50 move on that one. Could have been that tomcat. So what I'm going to do is, eliminate all the potential suspects, and that'll take care of that problem. Well, I'm going to grab the tractor and put the bucket on it, because what I really need to do is get the piled up hay out from in front of the goat enclosure, and also on the back end of the barn where I sweep it out. About once or twice a year, I take the bucket, pick that up, and either dump it in the burn pit or spread it out and use it for fertilize. But I need to get that done while I'm waiting on this guy to show up. Donkey, what are you doing, you crazy thing? Oh, here we go again. These three are oblivious. They couldn't care less. Those two just get the zoomies every now and then. I don't know who starts it, but they just get the zoomies, and they'll do that for about 10 or 15 minutes. Watch out, goats. Well, my wireless mic died, and it doesn't give any indication whenever that happens. I just happened to look down and see it. So I lost audio for about 6 clips, but you kind of get the picture. Almost forgot to mention, picked this one up in Andalusia. Really like it. Pulls really good. And a steel trailer doesn't cost nearly as much as an aluminum trailer. What I do like is a stock combo. You can, there's clips to chain the doors back, the slants back. The tack room door actually releases and will lay flat against the wall, and the saddle racks come out. So if I need to haul cattle, whatever, I can open the entire trailer up and just have a big stock trailer, which is, I think it's 16 feet long inside, which is plenty for what I would haul. I'm not a cattle producer by any means. I would just probably go get some roping stock and put in there. But, you know, I could put half a dozen in there easy. So, needed it. Well, wanted it. Needed it because, you know, the 2-horse straight loads are somewhat limiting on the size of the horse that you can put in them. At least mine is. It's a WW. It's a nice trailer. But you're not going to put your horse in there that's, you know, big head horse, 16.5 hands. Just isn't going to fit. I had a horse that would not fit into a 2-horse trailer, so went ahead and bit the bullet, got a 3-horse. So I like it. Well, from up here, we're going to measure the goat enclosure so I can get the height that I need. I've got some 6x4 posts, but I don't think they're going to be tall enough to do that. So got to measure that and then measure the width and get an idea of, you know, how many boards I'm going to need to go across. And I might as well measure, because I'm finishing out the old goat stalls. I'm actually going to put solid wall on one side, gate on the other side, so I'll have a single gate, and that's where Donkey's going as soon as Apollo, the other rental horse, the other horse that rents from us, comes back in about 2 weeks. So Donkey's going to be moving into a smaller stall. Well, it's just like I thought. To the top of the beam there is 7 feet 4 inches from ground level, and I'm going to want to put it in the ground, you know, at least, you know, 2 feet, 2.5 feet. So I need to get a 6x6x10. Well, I don't know if I can get them in 10. Probably get them in 12 and have to cut 2 feet off. I've got some 4x6s, but they're 8-footers, so they won't work. That answers that question. Got to go to the store at some point, but not today. I don't know if the camera's picking them up. The gnats are back with a vengeance, but these masks are doing a fantastic job keeping them out of their eyes. Say hello. He decided it's not something he can eat, so he's not really interested in it. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna call it here. Got to go do some stuff inside, and I'm pretty much giving up on the contractor that's supposed to come out. Is what it is. Till next time, thanks for watching.